If you're over 70, your body gives you warnings before a stroke. They're tiny ones that most people just ignore. Today, I'm going to show you the simple action that stops those warnings from turning into something dangerous. Most seniors assume a stroke arrives like a lightning bolt, sudden and unstoppable. But in reality, your brain tries to warn you, long before anything serious happens. It sends small signals, soft misfires, little moments when something feels slightly off, but only for a few seconds. You might shake your head, blink your eyes, or tell yourself you just stood up too quickly. But those signals carry far more meaning than most people realize. They're moments where your brain isn't getting the blood it needs. And even if they pass quickly, they tell us something so important. Your brain is asking for help. This help isn't complicated. It isn't some difficult exercise or a medical treatment. It's a simple, specific action. It improves blood flow instantly, protects your brain from deeper damage, and gives your body a chance to recover before anything becomes permanent. But before you learn it, you need to understand what these tiny early signs actually mean inside your brain. When a part of your brain loses blood, even for just 10 seconds, the cells begin to slow down. The messages they send become, well, fuzzy. That's when a smile looks uneven in the mirror, or your voice comes out a little slurred, or one arm feels heavy. Then, the moment that blood returns, the cells wake back up, and everything seems normal again. And that's why seniors dismiss these moments. They end so quickly. But just because it ended doesn't mean it wasn't real. It means you were lucky. Some of the strongest studies out there show that people over 70 who experience these tiny moments, even just once, have a much, much higher chance of a major stroke in the coming days. Not months, days. You see, the brain isn't unpredictable. It behaves like a living warning system. It whispers first. And if those whispers are ignored, they turn into something far more aggressive. But the reason I'm telling you this is not to scare you. It's to show you how much control you actually have. Your brain doesn't want to fail you. It wants your help. And the moment you understand the one action that stops these warnings from getting worse, you become the strongest protector of your own health. Before we move deeper, I want you to tell me something in the comments. Have you ever had a moment where your words just stuck for a second? Or your arm didn't lift as easily as usual? Or maybe your vision blurred on one side, just for a moment. And what worries you more? Losing your speech, your memory, or your independence? I'm reading and replying personally, because the way your symptoms show up, it tells me exactly what kind of stroke risk your body is signaling. Your comment isn't just for engagement. It's part of your health story, and it helps me guide you better. Your brain runs on blood, just like a car runs on fuel. That blood travels up through the arteries in your neck, carrying the oxygen that keeps your thinking sharp, your voice steady, your hands precise, and your balance stable. When one of those arteries narrows, or a tiny clot passes through, the flow drops, suddenly. It can happen when you're just stepping out of bed, or reaching for something, bending down, turning your head, or even just sitting quietly, watching television. When that blood flow dips, your brain cells panic. They don't store oxygen. They don't wait patiently. They begin shutting down, almost immediately. That shutdown is what you feel. The odd smile, the drifting arm, the unclear word, the sudden weakness. These moments are not random. They are blood flow events, and they demand the same kind of action every single time. That action is simple. You lower yourself into a flat, safe position, and you let gravity help your brain. Lying down with your head level gives your brain an immediate boost in circulation. Studies show that this one change, just lying flat, can increase blood flow to struggling brain tissue by 7 to 15%. That difference can flip a dangerous moment into a recoverable one. It gives your brain a fighting chance. It buys you time, and time is everything. So often, seniors try to stand up, walk, shake it off, drink water, or just rest in a chair. But standing forces your brain to work against gravity. Sitting only helps a little. Lying flat is the only position that supports your blood pressure in a way your brain can use, instantly. Now, here's the part most people never hear. Once you are flat, you call for help. You don't wait to see if the feeling passes. You don't assume it's nothing. You treat every strange moment as real, because your brain has never lied to you before. If you try to wait it out, you're just giving the clot, if there is one, more time to grow, or you're giving the vessel more time to spasm. But if you act quickly, you interrupt the entire chain reaction. Emergency teams can restore that blood flow before cells die, before memory is lost, before speech fades, before independence disappears. A stroke is not just one event. It's a slow-building disaster, one that can be stopped early, with the right action at the right moment. This is the action seniors never learn, even though it's the most important one you can ever use. Recognize the sign, lie flat, call immediately. And what makes this so powerful is that your brain responds to it within minutes. When blood returns to those starving cells, they start firing again. They heal, they reorganize, they recover. That's why so many seniors who act quickly walk out of the hospital with their abilities intact, while those who wait suffer damage that lasts forever. Stroke recovery isn't about how strong you are. It's about how fast you act. But a stroke doesn't just start in the moment you feel symptoms. It starts days, weeks, even months earlier. It starts in your neck, in your arteries, in your blood pressure patterns, in your breathing habits, in the stiffness of your legs, in the tension along your spine. That's why what you do daily is just as important as what you do in an emergency. And the truth is, your body gives you chances every day to protect your brain, long before anything serious happens. The first chance comes from your neck. Most of us, especially seniors, spend years looking down. We're reading, cooking, watching TV, checking our phones. This forward head posture, it compresses the arteries that carry blood to your brain. Over time, it just creates a narrow path for that blood to travel through. Even a small turn of your head can reduce the flow even more. But when you restore the space in your neck, you give your brain the circulation it needs. A simple chest lift and a tiny nod each morning. That's all it takes to loosen the muscles that surround those arteries. As soon as those muscles relax, the vessels open up slightly and blood moves more freely. You won't feel this improvement, not like a warm room or a cool breeze, but your brain feels it instantly. Seniors who practice this every day, they report fewer dizzy spells, fewer moments of brain fog, and more confidence when they're standing or turning. Your brain relies on smooth blood flow every second. When that highway to your brain opens up, your entire world just feels sharper. The next chance your body gives you is with your blood pressure. Most strokes actually happen in the early morning. This is when your blood pressure naturally rises as part of waking up. But for seniors, stiff arteries can magnify this rise. A normal 10-point morning spike can become a 20-point surge. And that surge, it hits your brain's fragile vessels like a hammer. But when you calm your system at night with slow, deep breathing, that morning surge softens dramatically. You wake up with steadier circulation, calmer vessels, and a brain that feels more awake, not more vulnerable. Seniors who breathe deeply before bed, they don't just improve their sleep, they create a cushion that protects their brain while they rest. Your legs, they give you another chance. When your calves stay active, blood keeps moving upward, toward your heart and brain. But when your calves get weak or stiff, blood can stagnate or pool in your lower body. This creates conditions where clots can form more easily. Now, walking helps, but only when you walk with purpose. I mean heel to toe, a strong push-off from your calf, tall posture, a steady pace. Just 10 minutes of intentional walking each day, that changes your circulation in ways that medication alone just can't. It makes your blood less sticky, your vessels more elastic, and your brain more nourished. These daily moments, the neck release, the breathing, the walk, these are the foundation of your brain's protection. When you combine them, you build what I call your stroke shield. It's invisible. You won't feel it forming, but your brain will. It'll feel it in the steadier pressure, in the smoother circulation, in the calmer vessels, in the cleaner blood flow. Over time, you become the kind of senior whose brain doesn't just tip into danger easily. You don't give those tiny warning signs room to grow. You stop strokes before they start. Not by luck, but by habit. The emergency action protects you in moments of danger. The daily actions protect you in every moment in between. That is how seniors stay independent. That's how they keep their speech, their memory, their confidence, and their lives. And that's why you're here. You're not here to fear a stroke. You're here to defeat the possibility of it. You're learning what most seniors never, ever hear. Not because it's complicated, but because nobody teaches it with the seriousness and the clarity you deserve. So, tell me in the comments, which part of your body gives you more trouble? Is it your balance, your speech, or your vision? And have you ever had even just a tiny moment where something felt not quite right? Your answer really helps me guide you personally, and it helps you understand your own warning signs. And when you finish this video, the next one you must watch explains the nighttime habits that can silently raise your stroke risk while you sleep. Fixing those habits will strengthen everything you learned here and build an even stronger shield around your brain.